Good morning, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. You're welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. And I am your host. My name is Kumowe Tarinemi. And we must continue, as today we shall be handling something very sensitive and important, as it has to do with our struggle and as well for the betterment of the indigenous people. So it is important that we all listen and follow up, listen attentively and follow up amicably. As it is our custom, we shall pray. Before we do that, I will advise that you share and keep sharing and ensure you're not listening alone, so that this message shall get to the appropriate quarters. Let us pray. Abba, Father in heaven, the one who reigns in the heavens, who reigns upon the earth, we worship you, for there is none like you. There is none that does the things that you do, for you are all powerful and all knowing. We thank you for thus far that you've led us in this movement. And we pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray that you continue to keep him safe and sound, irrespective of the challenges that he's facing. That you continue to keep him sound and healthy, sound in body, in mind, and in soul. And we pray for the Eastern Security Network, for the great work that is being done each day, tackling the terrorists in uniform and out of uniform, and everywhere at all times. Lord, we pray that you give these ones the ability to always outsmart the enemies and provide them with all that they need at every point in time. Lord, we ask that you continue to give the Eastern Security Network the very wisdom, the very strategy that is needed to defeat our enemies at every point in time, so that our mothers will go to farms and not being raped or not being harassed, and our people will have peace in the city and in the rural areas. Lord, we pray for all of our people all over the world and every freedom fighter, everyone that is fighting for his or her freedom anywhere in the world, and for all of our people, all Biafrans all over the world. Lord, we ask that you strengthen us in mind, strengthen our people in mind, and give them everything that they need at every point in time, that at the end of the day, Biafra shall be restored in our time, in our generation. All this we pray in the name of Tamara, Agiba, Azba, Ogene, Abasi, Chukukikabiama, Elohim, Ise, Mopa. Good morning once again, good afternoon, good evening, good night to some of you, depending on where you're listening to us from. This is Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. And my name is Kumowe Tarinemi. I am your host. Kumowe Tarinemi is a native of Odoni Town in Bayelsa. And today we shall be talking about something I title as a question, actually. And it says, are you ready for 2023? Ask yourself, are you ready for 2023? Are you ready for 2023? Are you sure you are ready for 2023? Are you ready for 2023? 2023. 2023. Are you ready? This is 2022 in the calendar of the terrorists. They have 2022 as the year of their invasion, so that there will be no 2023 as the politicians think the year to be. The year for Fulani terrorism, the year for Fulani total takeover in the Fulani terrorist calendar is 2022, and that is the year that we are in. And we have been battling them. You must understand that the Fulani have a calendar. They have a system. And the Fulani system, the Fulani calendar, is thus that they must register their presence strongly everywhere in the zoo. They must register their presence and ensure they are very much on ground everywhere in the zoo, so that before 2022 runs up, they will be able to mop up everywhere and ensure that they have everything under their control. That is the Fulani structure, the Fulani design, the Fulani strategic design for their takeover. And you might want to ask, how did we know? It's no longer hidden. It's everywhere. If you're following the news, you are following events, everything that is going on, you will know the Fulani calendar. It's very obvious. We have battled them and we have made it very, very clear. We have battled them until they have made it clear, rather. They have made it very simple and very clear. Everyone now knows, except those that are deceiving themselves, except the hypocrites. Everyone knows the Fulani calendar. Everyone knows that 2022 is the Fulani calendar. Everyone knows. Everybody knows that the Fulani calendar, the Fulani terrorist calendar, because by the time we just mention Fulani, some people will say, oh, this is it is ethnic what's that English that they even use, and say that it is propaganda. But it is clear now that there is Fulani terrorism. Terrorism based on the Fulani ideology. I'm not saying that there are no innocent Fulani people. There could be. There are. Very possible. Most especially those ones that are in the urban areas, that they are just doing their businesses. They are just doing their shoemaking business and all of that. Some of them may not be aware of the whole terrorist system, even though amongst some of them too, there are still those that pass information. Among some of them, there are still those that pass information, but those ones are not so much of a problem. The ones that might want to be passing information and they are just moving around in the streets, they are not a problem. They can do whatever, they can pass whatever information. The people that bring terror are the ones in the forest that goes about with AK-47, AK-49, and all other sophisticated weapons. They are the ones that are the problem. Those ones in the city, they can take whatever information they want to take from the city. They can take whatever information they want to take from the city. They will not be able to carry out anything until the ones in the forest come out from the forest to make real what those ones, the information those ones has given to them. Because that's why many of them today are doing Okada work, is to gather information to know everything about the city. That's why in Lagos, some time ago in Lagos, they stopped Okada. It is because of Fulani. In case you don't know. It is because of Fulani. Because they have seen that Fulani intelligent gathering, they are moving around everywhere and getting proper information about the people and about the streets and everything. But all those ones that are not in the forest, that are not in their camps and having weapons, they are not so much of a problem. Provided you don't allow them to settle with their weapons, with their guns and everything in forests, for them to have military camps, or will I say militant camps in your forest, you are, let me say, half free from Fulani terrorism. Because whatever they are going to use to terrorize you will come from that place. The weapons will come from that place where they are settled. And it's very difficult for them to have such weapons settled in the urban areas. But they still do, because they are being aided by the zoo security, the zoo police and army. So some of them still do, but it's not like when they have it inside your forest. So 2022 is the Fulani, is the year for Fulani invasion, total invasion. 2022, this year. But you'll be wondering, how come they have not fully taken over everywhere? How come Fulani have not fully taken over everywhere? You might be wondering, how come Fulani have not fully taken over everywhere? You don't need to wonder. Fulani have not fully taken over everywhere because ESN is busy battling them. Do not forget, our topic today says, are you ready for 2023? Are you ready? Are you ready for 2023? So ESN is busy battling the terrorists. And if they don't have this, their settlement all over, like round up the whole zoo and have everywhere under their control, they cannot do that full invasion. That full invasion of their desire, they cannot do it. And that is why right now, instead of, because initially, Abuja was supposed to be the last place to take over. Abuja was supposed to be the last place to take over. But because they can't find their feet properly settled in Biafra land, because they have very, very good resistance in Biafra land. Because we are resisting them in Biafra land, they can't settle. Anytime they try to settle, one way or the other, they are kicked out. So they don't have the all-encompassing settlement all over the zoo. That is why they have kind of changed strategy. Not that the plan to occupy everywhere has changed. They are still on that plan. They are still moving because they are still battling to get hold of Biafra land. Because Biafra land is the only place where they have not fully settled. It's not like they are not there. They are there. But they are not fully settled. Most especially in the coastlines. They are there. They are just there. But right now, they have not started their full-blown attacks the same way they would do in Yoruba land that they are fully settled. You must know that the resistance was there in Odua land when Igboho was around. That was why they had to trick the Yoruba politicians to accept for Igboho to be chased out of Yoruba land. And the foolish Yoruba politicians, because they want Tinubu to be president, they allowed that rubbish to happen. Igboho is no longer there. The people are now settled. They are now fully settled. The people are now fully settled in Odua land. What is remaining now is Biafra land. Biafra land is what is remaining. That is why they are putting their all, pushing hard to ensure that it's settled. But seeing that time is going, 2022 is running out, they cannot fully settle in Biafra land because Biafra land right now is what is saving the zoo from total emasculation of the Fulani. Total emasculation. So, what they have resolved to is to take the center. Because right now, indirectly, they have been using the zoo army to attack Biafra land, using zoo police to attack Biafra land. But all those things are not holding water because whenever they do, we expose them. Whenever they do, we expose them. And the world is seeing. We are exposing them and resisting them. Exposing them when they use the army to come and do terrorist activities. We expose them. Why it is important for us to expose them? It is because the army, the Nigerian army, is not only the Fulani that is there in the Nigerian army right now. There are some people in the Nigerian army from the southern part of the zoo. And these people need to know what they are being sent to do. Because you must understand that the zoo is so much engrossed in this foolishness, not knowing what is happening because they use media and all that. But today we have media as well, and we speak to the whole world, and we speak to our people, and we speak to everybody to expose the evil that is going on. So when we do all this, when we do these things, even the soldiers that are being sent that are from the south, they have to understand what they are being sent to do. Then it is now left to their conscience whether they will carry it out or they will leave the army. That one is left to them. But it is left for us to do the exposition. So this thing is not being easy for them. So what they want to do is to take over the center, take over Abuja. Once they take over Abuja, then they know that the army is fully theirs. The army is under the Fulani control right now, of course. But because there are still presence of other people, it is a little bit shaken. So once they get over the center, then they know that if you're in the army, you're not comfortable with Fulani control of the center, total control, not the one where you'll be thinking of Obi becoming president or Tinubu becoming president. When they are fully taken over and there is no room for anybody to be thinking of anybody becoming president from the south or anything, then you can do your worst and they face you head on. That is simple. That is the plan. That is why they are after Abuja. That is why I ask, are you ready for 2023? 2023, being ready for 2023 is not by getting your PVC. If you get your PVC, will PVC save you from bullets, from flying bullets? Is PVC bulletproof? PVC is not bulletproof. PVC is not bulletproof. Will PVC chase the terrorists that are coming with guns and coming after you? Will PVC chase them away? PVC will not. PVC will not chase them away. I know it's not everybody that will accept that they will not get their PVC. That's not my focus for this morning. You can get your PVC if you want. You can plan to vote if you want. But if you're planning to vote, also plan to be alive to vote. Because it is only somebody that is alive that will vote. Plan to be alive. Plan to remain alive. Plan that your people will also be alive. Don't allow foolish politicians to deceive you that all you need is your PVC. And you will vote out people that are aiding terrorists. You sincerely think they are ready for that? They are ready for that, and Abuja is almost falling to the terrorists. You think they are ready for that? I don't think so. I honestly do not think so. That is why it is important that you get ready and prepare. We do not talk about 2023 election in IPOB. It is none of our business. But unfortunately, for the indigenous people, unfortunately for everybody, those that are talking about 2023, ranting about it every day on social media, they are not as prepared as we are for 2023. We are the ones that are prepared. IPOB prepared for 2023 since 2020, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put up the Eastern Security Network. We are the only ones that are prepared for 2023. The only ones. Now, somebody might be saying, what about Odua people? Or, yes, the Odua people that they have Amotekun and all that. I'm sorry. Amotekun is weak. Amotekun became weak when they allowed the zoo police system to penetrate them. That's when Amotekun became weak. So that's why you can see Fulani raging attack at Owo and other places, and Amotekun is there, and they are repeating the same attack in the same city. It's quite funny. The same attack, they are repeating it in the same city. It's funny. Very, very funny. But you have Amotekun. That is to tell you that that region is not prepared. The region is not prepared. If the region were to be prepared, there will be no Fulani over there. The region is not prepared. Right now, if you go to the news, you will see that another people that are prepared right now, or one politician that is prepared rather, in the zoo is the Benue State governor. In fact, that's the only governor in the whole of the zoo that is bold enough to call out the Fulani and expose their strategies and everything that they want to do. He is the only governor that has boldly come out to say that the Fulani wants to hand over to the terrorists. That is Fulani Buhari administration, or rather late Buhari administration, wants to hand over to Fulani. And the man just inaugurated Benue Volunteer Force. And what did he say that Benue Volunteer Force is for? Is for Fulani. You see, some people might be saying, okay, but Southeast have Ebubagu. What did they put Ebubagu for? They put Ebubagu, they set up Ebubagu to fight those that are fighting the problem. So, they actually set up Ebubagu to protect the problem. So they are not ready. They're not ready to protect our people. Immediately, the Eastern Security Network was set up. The army came after the Eastern Security Network. Before you know it, Dave Umahi set up Ebubagu. Immediately. Why didn't they set up Ebubagu since? And they will tell you that they are after criminals. Meanwhile, they are the criminals themselves. So, Benue State, I've seen a lot. That's why the governor is not ready to play politics anymore. Maybe, just maybe, if we had allowed ourselves to be killed the same way they have killed people in Benue States. If we had allowed ourselves to be killed in Biafra land, just like that, maybe these governors would have had sense, like the Benue State governor. But unfortunately, any life lost cannot be gotten back just like that. So we will not allow ourselves to be killed. We will not allow our people to be killed. Just so that the governors in Biafra land will have sense. No, we are not going to present ourselves as sacrificial lamb in that manner. It's not going to happen. But just maybe they would have been wise like him, because Benue State saw hell before this. This is for me, it is quite late, but it is also never late to do the right thing. But right now, there's only one state that is prepared for 2023. Apart from IPOB protecting Biafra land, there's only one state in the whole of the zoo that is prepared for 2023. And that is Benue State. Many communities in Benue State have been run over by terrorists. Whether these volunteers are going to be able to chase them out just the way the ESN volunteers have chased Fulani out in many places on our land. Whether these volunteers will be able to recover Benue State, I don't know. I don't know their training, but thank God they've been established. Let them go to work. Let us see. Or whether Governor Autumn will allow the zoo army or the zoo police to infiltrate them. Whether Governor Autumn will allow the zoo army or zoo police to infiltrate them, just as they infiltrated Amotekun, and make them foolish, and make them to allow the enemies to continue to invade. Maybe. Though Governor Autumn have not sounded that foolish, but I hope he will be smart enough to learn from the Eastern Security Network, or to learn from IPOB. Obviously, he's learning very hard from IPOB. In fact, I would say Governor Autumn is is an IPOB member at heart, because he's following hard and he's learning, because he did not set up a security outfit that he'll be paying. He said they are volunteers. They are not people to be paid, because this work, if you must do it well, they have to be volunteers. You must bring up volunteers. Of course, not that their needs or certain needs will not be taken care of, but it has to be volunteers. It has to be people that have that burning zeal, burning desire to ensure that their land is free, that their land is safe. Because when money comes in, people will be doing it because of money, and they will not have that zeal, that burning zeal. And you must understand that as Benue State have volunteers, I am quite sure they are going to do lots of good work. But that's left for them. They have no choice but to ensure that they chase the Fulani away from their land. Because it is because Benue State has been weak, that is why the Fulani can launch such an attack, such heavy attack on Biafra land consistently. Because they are using the soft spot of Benue State. Because they are using soft spot of Benue State. So, that is exactly what we're doing. So it is important that each and everyone in the zoo wake up, because this 2023 that you're looking at, it is not going to be as election as usual. It is not going to be the same way you have been seeing elections in the zoo. Fulani are everywhere and they are prepared. You think they just want to take over Abuja for nothing? You must rethink it. If you think they want to take over Abuja for nothing, you must rethink it. You must rethink it. And what the politicians want us to do is to remove our gaze from Fulani terrorists and begin to look at ourselves and begin to look at local criminals, so that the Fulani can continue to expand. So that the Fulani can continue to expand. All over the coast, right now, the people doing bunkering are Fulani. IYC shouting, hey, hey, hey. There is kidnap, there is kidnap. IYC, when have you complained about the presence of Fulani in Bayelsa, in Rivers, in Delta, doing bunkering? When have you complained? But you're seeing the way Fulani are kidnapping people all over the zoo. You're not concerned. But you're seeing them doing bunkery. And you're not complaining. You're not raising alarm that strangers are on our land doing bunkery. Strangers are doing bunkery. You're not complaining. Fulani are out there doing bunkery with their brothers in uniform. They're everywhere doing bunkery here and there. Fulani, strangers from Sahel are coming to the coastal areas to do bunkery. IYC, you're not complaining. But now you're shouting that there is kidnap. Why wouldn't there be kidnap? Is that not the Fulani trait? Is that not what they've been doing? Is that not what Fulani have been doing? But they are there doing bunkery and nobody said anything. Everybody kept quiet. IYC kept quiet. INC kept quiet. Because you don't want to offend Abuja. And now you're calling on security operatives concerning kidnapping and all of that. That people are being kidnapped. Now you realize people are being kidnapped. You see, if the prelate of the Methodist Church did not open up and tell us that the people that kidnapped him were actually Fulani people, many people would have concluded that it was the local people that kidnapped the prelates if he had kept quiet. The other day we saw a relative of the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, from Bayelsa. We saw video of him being kidnapped. Video of the man being put inside a grave, asking his siblings to pay, and he was busy begging. Send the money, send the money. How much is this money? Send it. Is my life not worth more than this money? Send the money, send the money. Is that not the same thing they've been doing all over the zoo? But IYC, you will not be bold enough to call a spade a spade. But we are. We are bold enough to call a spade a spade. So these people are everywhere. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready for 2023? Because 2023, the Fulani are not preparing for election. And Fulani are the ones that have the or that are in charge of all the security outfits in the zoo. And they're not ready for this election that you're talking about. Election. Fulani is not ready for election. The worst come to the worst. If they cannot fully take over, like the terrorists fully taking over, the plan is to give it to Tinubu so that it will look as if the power has gone to the south. and at the end of the day, they will take it back because Tinubu is sick. If Tinubu dies today, nobody will say he was murdered. Everybody will say it's a natural death. Because he's obviously sick. Everybody is saying it. The man cannot even hold flag. He cannot even stand properly. Every part of his body is shaking. So by the time they kill him and take over, because Tinubu, those that are supporting Tinubu and all those foolish people that are supporting Tinubu, Tinubu is a Muslim. Instead of him to pick a Christian from the north, he's a Muslim from the south. Instead of him to pick a Christian from the north, as if there are no Christians in the north. Instead of him to pick a Christian from the north, he went to pick an ardent terrorist, Fulani terrorist in the north. I know he doesn't care. He's an old man. All he just wants to do is to enjoy till the day of his death. So if he dies in power, he doesn't care. Doesn't care if he dies in power. Whatever happens afterwards, it's none of his business. So if they cannot fully take over as terrorists, they'll hand it over to Tinubu. They'll hand it over to Tinubu. Or maybe to Atiku. Atiku is Fulani himself. But whether he has their ideology for the agenda, we don't know. Tinubu, on the other hand, is a greedy man, and he is willing to cut out any deal with the Fulani, or else he wouldn't have chosen the kind of vice that he chose. He is willing to cut out any deal, and they understand that he's willing to cut out any deal. So the terrorists are not sleeping. The terrorists are working. They are busy working. The question is, are you sleeping or are you working? Are you prepared? Is it your PVC you are preparing with? Are you prepared with your PVC or with something else? 2023, everyone should make up their mind to face much more than what we are facing today. Because that is exactly what the Fulani are planning. And by rights, the people that are supposed to stop them are supposed to be the Nigerian army, the Nigerian police, the Nigerian Air Force, the Nigerian military, and police. But unfortunately, we all know the truth. We all know the facts. The Nigerian police, the Nigerian military are all under the control of the Fulani that believes in terrorism. You know, there's a difference when it is under the control of just an average Fulani that believes that everyone is equal and everyone have right to everything. But these are selected few people that believes in the Fulani terrorism. That is why the terrorism in the north cannot stop. The army cannot sincerely fight that terrorism. When Goodluck Jonathan was in power, and Goodluck Jonathan was trying, Goodluck Jonathan is from the south. He needs the support of people from the north, including politicians from the north, to be able to educate their people properly and talk to their people and penetrate their people in order for him to have a soft landing to protect the people. Because you cannot protect the people against the people. You can't protect the people against the people. So you need the consent of the people to protect the people. You need the consent of the people to protect the people. So these were the challenges that Goodluck Jonathan was facing. But the politicians were not with him. The politicians in the north, they were not with him because they were the ones actually sponsoring that terrorism. And that was why it was difficult for him to fight the terrorism in the north. Very difficult because the politicians were not with him. But they were using it to blackmail him. At the end of the day, they used it to kick him out of power. Because while he was there, officers of the Nigerian army, senior officers, were being court-martialed because of their involvement with Boko Haram. Today, how many of them? Because these ones are doing business with the war, selling arms to Boko Haram. Today, where are they? So, these are things that each and every one must understand. Everything in the Fulani system, the zoo system, the zoo security system are under the Fulani, and these people are complicit in the terrorism. They believe that what is going on is for their own good, so they can't fight it. So they support it. So you cannot have the Fulani controlled Nigerian army or Nigerian military to fight these terrorists. But they'll be pretending and they'll be sending southern officers to go and fight so that they will die there because they have given superior weapons to the terrorists. They have given superior weapons to the terrorists so that these southern officers will die. If you watch now, not much is being said about Boko Haram. Boko Haram has been emasculated by ISIS. What you have as bandits and all these names that they call them is they are all ISIS. These are all ISIS camps. It is ISIS. ISIS killed the leader of Boko Haram so that they can take over the fighters of Boko Haram. So Boko Haram and ISIS are now one and the same thing. So that's why you no longer hear about Boko Haram. All the fighters of Boko Haram are now working for ISIS. So what you have now is ISIS. Different departments of ISIS. Bandits. They're calling them bandits. They're all ISIS. They don't talk about ISIS anymore. They don't talk about Boko Haram. Oh, they want to call them a softer name. Bandits. All the people BBC went to interview are all members of ISIS West Africa. ISWAP. They're all members of ISWAP. Working for ISIS. They're all terrorists. All of them in the farms in the south, in the forests in the south, they are all terrorists. They are all ISWAP. Following the ISWAP ideology, which is to re-strategize, change, because Boko Haram was left in one location. ISWAP ideology is what is prevailing now. Re-strategize. Use cows and penetrate places. Use cows as excuse and penetrate places and expand. Because the whole mission is to expand. So ISIS have better ideologies to expand. Boko Haram believe in that conventional war with Nigeria. Boko Haram believe that they can fight this thing conventionally and expand and take over places as they've been doing in Northeast. Now by the time they occupy more states, they'll be able to take over the whole zoo. But it wasn't working. So ISIS West Africa came up, ISIS West African province came up with a better ideology. And that better ideology is to set up small camps, small presence all over and spread. And that is what the Eastern Security Network is battling with. So when you hear the Eastern Security Network, that when you hear that the Eastern Security Network are chasing Fulani in the forest, what they are chasing is actually ISIS West African province. They are the ones everywhere, scattered everywhere, working with the security in the zoo. The security in the zoo right now is under the control and the influence of ISIS West African province. ISIS West African province to the Fulani is just like those that took over Afghanistan. They are just like those that took over Afghanistan. That is the ideology. The Fulani primary ideology is expressed through ISIS West African province. So when next you're thinking of going to take your PVC and you're thinking of voting and you're thinking of, oh, we must kick this government out and put Obi and put this one and put that one, you must never forget that 2023 is not an election year. 2023 is an invasion year. Of course, the plan was to invade everywhere. The plan was to invade everywhere in 2022. So by 2023, they will do the election as if it is free and fair. But there will be nobody in the South to come out and vote. There will be nobody in the South to come out and vote because they will make everybody stay inside their houses out of fear. That is it. That is exactly what their plan is. But since they are not succeeding with that, they want to take over the seat of power instead. They want to take over the seat of power. So instead of preparing for election, prepare for survival. Because you cannot say that you want to enjoy a new government if you do not survive. But for us in Biafra land, we are preparing to go home. We are preparing for referendum. And because we are preparing for referendum, that is why we are doing all that we must do to save our people. Because if there are no people, there is no country. If there are no people, there is no freedom. So our people must be safe. And our societies must be safe. Our people must know that they are safe while we are preparing for referendum. What we are preparing for is referendum. We don't have business with election. And with the way we are going, we are even likely to have the referendum before their useless election. So maybe after we've had referendum, Obi will look for those that he's going to rule in the zoo, because maybe people in his village will no longer be called Nigerians by that time. And he wants to be Nigerian president. So what we are interested in is a referendum. That's what we are interested in, and that's what we are looking for. We're not looking for zoo presidency. We're not looking out for zoo presidency. What we want is referendum. That is what we in Biafra land are looking out for. But because we are looking out for referendum does not mean that we allow ISIS West African province to come and take over our land. Because by the time they have taken over our land, what are we? Who is going to come out to vote for referendum? That is why there is Eastern Security Network. From the day our leader set up Eastern Security Network and inaugurated the Eastern Security Network, that was the day we became prepared for the referendum for Biafra. That was the day we became prepared for Biafra referendum. You must understand this. From that day that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up the Eastern Security Network and established it for the whole world to see, that was the day we officially prepared our land for referendum. Because we have been crying of Fulani killing our people, and all that the whole world kept quiet. Obviously, it was obvious it has to be done by us. And that's what we're doing and we'll continue to do. We will never stop until Biafra is restored. And all the criminals kicked very, very far away from our land. Very, very far away from our land. We know how to handle local criminals. They are not difficult to handle. We know how to handle them. The only problem we have is the zoo. That's the only problem we have. The only problem we have is the zoo. Normally, we know how to tackle local criminals. Local criminals in Biafra land, they don't last. We know how to tackle them. We know how to put them in their place. Because our people naturally don't believe in bloodshed. So we know how to put local criminals in their place. The only problem we have in this is the zoo. Because look at it now, we are busy trying to stop ISIS West African province terrorists from taking over our forests, taking over our communities. The people that are fighting us are either the politicians that are working for the zoo or the Nigerian supposed security outfit. Is the Nigerian police and the Nigerian army, are they supposed to be protecting the people or protecting those that are killing the people? Are they not the ones that are supposed to go after those that are killing the people? They say that we are Nigerians. If we are Nigerians, why not stop the people that are killing our people instead of killing our people for those people that are killing them? So some people will come to our land, kill us, we stand up, we complain, you do nothing. Then we now stand to them and say, you must stop killing our people. Instead of you to stand up against them, you will stand up against us and call us criminals and call us all sorts of names just to get by, just to kill us. Just to get by and kill us. That is why I am not a party to those that promote the fact that local criminals are busy doing things, because these guys are not disciplined. The Nigerian army, they are not disciplined. They will come to our land and they will, anybody they kill becomes a criminal. Anybody they kill. They will see people moving on the road, they will open fire on them. When you ask them, they will say that they are the criminals that have been kidnapping people, they are the criminals that have been doing this, that have been doing that. That is why I do not support it. Because that is the angle from which this zoo, army, police, and all of them, they kill our people. And they will tell you that they are criminals. Is that not? See, immediately, Ebube Agu killed those 14 young men. I said it. I told some people that just wait. You will see Ebube Agu, he will come out and say that these people are criminals. Not too long from then, I mean, you see Hope Uzodinma, sorry. Not too long. Not many hours from then, Hope Uzodinma came out, said that they are bandits. That is exactly what they do. That is what they do when they will pay these criminals, when they will pay their political thugs to be doing all these things. All they want to do is to establish it. You must get it clear, because we have exposed the zoo and the activities so much that whenever the zoo army is coming to do anything in Biafra land, they are careful. They are careful. But when they want to kill people, they need an excuse. And that is why they pay lots of people to go into kidnapping and all of that. They pay people to do all these things for them. So when we come out and begin to tell the world that our local people are into kidnapping, the zoo army will come to that place you said that there is kidnapping. They will not go after the so-called kidnappers. They will go after innocent people and kill them. Or they will take advantage and look for where ESN is to go and stop them, because the only threat of the Fulani terrorism, the spread of Fulani terrorism right now is ESN. The Eastern Security Network are the only threat to the expansion of the Fulani terrorism. So, and the Nigerian army, the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police are all working for the expansion of Fulani terrorism. So when you come out and say that there is criminal here, there is criminal there, and one way or the other, they're able to find presence of ESN there, chasing Fulani, they will take advantage of it and go after ESN. That is exactly what these people do. They will take advantage of it and go after ESN. Or go after the innocent people. And kill innocent people. And when you ask, when you complain, oh, why did you kill them? They will say those people are criminals. They are the ones that have been doing terrorism. These are very simple things. Everybody in the zoo knows it. Everybody in the zoo know how these things function. Is it not the same police and the same army that when armed robbers will go to a particular place to rob, or those days when they used to rob banks, they'll go to bank to rob, or go to rob in any public place or whatever. Within that locality, the army or the police, mostly the police, they won't come that time when the robbery is taking place to counter these armed robbers, because most of the times they are the ones that give the armed robbers guns. They will not come out. You will call the police. If the armed robbers are there for 1 hour, police will not show up. But immediately the armed robbers leave, then you will see the police coming to raid, to kidnap innocent people that are just going about their day-to-day activities. One of my cousins was almost killed some years back at Iguacha. He was almost killed. If you're quite familiar with Iguacha, there was some few years back, there was one particular policewoman that used to terrorize the state. Evening time, the young man went to work, was just coming back, boom. They caught him, kidnapped him. And because he knew he didn't do anything wrong, he was busy arguing with them. So what did he do? Why did they hold him? This woman and her team carried this young man. He was very young then, in his 20s. Carried him to one area like that at night, where if they kill him, nobody will even know that anything happened to him. The woman was ready to shoot him down. Why? He was arguing, he was standing on his rights. He did not allow them to intimidate him and take him to, what's it called? To their police station or their cell or whatever they call it. Because what they are doing all that for is for financial purposes. So get money. So this woman took this boy to that secluded place, quiet place, and forced him to kneel down. The woman wanted to shoot him. She wanted to kill him and waste him there. It was her boys that started begging her. Policewoman, not a man. Policewoman. Her boys started begging her. That was when my cousin knew that he was about to die. He started praying in his heart because he never knew that such a thing could happen, because he thought that they are police. Her boy started begging her and said that he's an innocent boy, just leave him. She said no, that she will kill him. The boys begged her until my cousin became calm. He didn't talk anymore because he knew that anything he says there, the woman will waste him and nothing will happen. Nobody will do anything. The government will do absolutely nothing. No investigation whatsoever. She will say that he's a criminal and that is all. Luckily for him, the woman changed her mind, took him back, took him to wherever, and at the end of the day, they paid money and released him. So I'm not saying what I'm saying just because I feel like to talk. These are things that happen daily in the zoo. You can imagine how many people that woman have wasted in that manner. These are things that occur. And that is why they want us to begin to talk, to continue to talk about criminals and criminal activities and all that, so that when international community ask why they are killing innocent people, they will say that they are doing their jobs, that those are the people that have been committing crimes on the land. But terrorists are not your problem. The only place where the zoo fight, where you see the zoo army battling with terrorists, is in the north. I have never heard, upon all the things that has happened in Benue State, I have never heard that the zoo army invaded any terrorist camp, or as they will call it, bandit camp in Benue State. Not even once. The reason they are even battling with those ones in the corner, in the northeast and in the northwest, it is because Jonathan started the fight. So they don't have any reason to stop fighting. Jonathan started fighting them. So if they stop fighting, their hypocrisy will be obvious to the whole world. So that's just the reason why they are doing that. Have you seen with what happened at Owo? Have you seen the army going to look for ISIS West African province at Ondo State? Have you seen them? Have you seen the Nigerian army? Maybe now that I have said it now, you begin to see them make news and say that they are going to do one or two things there. Have you seen them? In those states, have you seen any news where they talked about the Nigerian army or the Nigerian Air Force going to look for terrorists at Ondo states, those that attacked people and killed innocent people at Owo? Have you seen them? They will not. That is why everybody must rise up. If you want to survive through 2023, then you must rise up. Volunteers must rise up. It must be volunteers. Because the terrorists are all volunteers. Even though they make money from it and all of that. But they are not most of them do not have this formal payment. They make money from their kidnappings and all that. Their desire is to ensure they bleed the South until there's no voice to speak anymore. And some of you are there shouting PVC 2023. You're not serious to survive. If you're serious to survive, your confession will be different. And at this juncture, we shall be opening the lines so that people can call and give their contribution to the program. Our topic is are you ready for 2023? In case you just joined us, so we'll not have people coming to digress. I don't like it when we have programs and somebody will be coming to digress and be saying things entirely out of the topic, things that have nothing to do with what we're talking about here. That's what some people do when they call. And if somebody caught them while on air, it will be like you're rude. But if you want to call, except it is something that is something that is very, very important in this movement. There's no problem, but not all those gossips. I don't entertain gossip. If you come and promote gossip on my platform, I'll cut you off. We're here for serious business. We're not here for gossip. So the lines are open and you can call. If you have the numbers, you can call already. But for the benefit of those that do not have the numbers, we will call out the numbers. We will call out the numbers. The number on Signal to call is +45 71 64 59 62. I repeat, +45 71 64 59 62. That is the number on Signal to call. The number on WhatsApp is +48 73 96 45 829. The number on WhatsApp to call is +48 73 96 45 829. Then the Skype ID is Radio Biafra VOC. Radio-Biafra VOC. That's the Skype ID. Any of these channels you call us, you will be able to get through and give your contribution rightly on the radio. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Hello. How are you?
I am doing excellently well. Thank God.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Sukwu Emmanuel. I'm speaking from a location.
Okay, right on.
Thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for your topic this morning. It's wonderful, as always. I greet my leader, the man that set up this platform. Because sometimes I start to ask myself, if not Nnamdi Kanu, if not IPOB, what will be the end of that evil place they call Nigeria? Because it's an entity of criminality and the evil men and women. That is what Nigeria is all about. Yes, let me go straight. During the time of Michael Obara, the former premier of Eastern Nigeria, this man said, first fool, no be fool. Second fool, are proper foolish. During the time of Ojukwu and Awolowo, when Ojukwu released Awolowo from prison, he told Awolowo to go and declare Oduduwa for him to declare Biafra. When Awolowo go back to Lagos, Awolowo joined the Nigerian, Yakubu Gowon, will become the finance minister and did all he did as of that time.
Awolowo did that because he's a coward and he's greedy. Right on.
Okay. Today is a Tinubu again. They have set Omateko to defend Yorubas, to defend them, to make them stand as a freedom country, and to develop themselves. Today, Tinubu, a dead man, a criminal, a thief, a dead man supposed to wait for the day that we will bury him, he was using to deceive Yoruba at the second time. If they succeeded for what they are going along now, Ima Setima is a terrorist in the north, a Fulani man. Tinubu will not stay that place if at all he will be alive up to that time. He will die, and he will hand the Yoruba over to slave, forever slave. How I wish people in Yoruba land will learn from the past history. Because the problem of Africa, Nigeria number one, if they don't learn from history, if these people have sense of reason, nobody before this time will be talking about election in the name of Nigeria. Nobody, no human being. But the worst of the worst is the Western media, the Western religion leaders are evil more than anything. These criminals with the Bible in the West and in the East are the problem. Every time they will start talking about praying for nonsense. They are the problem. I wish they will wake up, because if Awolowo did what he's supposed to do, there will be nothing like Nigeria by now. And the Fulani will have no chance to be claiming Nigeria ownership. But today, we have seen what is going on. And still some foolish people like P2B are still talking about Nigeria, because they are not listening to the history of the country, which is paramount, that every human being, you must think about the past, the present, and the unborn generation. If you cannot think about these three apartments that made up life, the dead are history. The present are those who are hearing my voice now. You are the present. You have to learn from the past, from the dead ones who have gone, where they have made mistake. You are the present, we correct it, so that unborn generation will not suffer what you are suffering now. This is what our leaders are preaching.
Hello, Mazi.
Yes.
Please try and round up because of time, so that I can take other calls. We don't have much time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I greet you once again. You are doing wonderful. I greet our leader, because if not our leader setting up this platform, I don't know where to stay. I don't know where people over that place, where they are going, because they don't know where they are going, and they don't know where they are coming from. Thank you very much. All right, Biafra.
Biafra will hear thee. Thank you very much. God bless you. The caller on signal. Good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from, and please, you have 3 minutes for your contribution.
Hello, good morning, my African rep. I am Ishio Bwevi, calling from my location. Though I'm from Aguleri in Omambala province of Biafra land. Coming to your analysis this morning, you are very correct. You are very correct, and I'm proud of you all, everyone, our broadcasters, every genuine member of IPOB, and every Biafran who is not yet an IPOB member but believes in what IPOB is doing. I'm proud of each and every one of you. My prayer also goes to our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu. May the Most High God, Chukwu Okabiyama, protect you. Although your enemies may back, they will do everything within their power, but they will never harm you, because your life and the mission you are in is ordained by God. So coming to what you're saying this morning, I want to let our people know that we are in for a big mess. But thanks to the Almighty Chukwu Okabiyama that brought out Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I don't know if our people, they have been wondering, at times I do wonder, what if Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB is not here at this time of the year? this particular point of time, what would have been our fate by now? With the present crop of saboteurs we have as leaders and governors, can you imagine that every atrocity is happening in our land, that none of them will be able to, that none of them has ever found a voice to condemn any of them? They will never. But had it been that anything happens in the north, very fast, talking about the one they call the chief saboteur now, they called P2B. When Deborah Samuel was murdered, he condemned it. When a reverend father was killed in Kaduna or Kanu or thereabout in the north, he condemned it. But he never found a voice to condemn any of the atrocities, the more evils being committed in our land. So the Fulanis are coming. They are very coming, and I don't know if our people, they think, and I don't know if they understand that there is nothing called 2023. Because the way the Fulanis, they came prepared, they have organized themselves from their top to the bottom. They are all in the game. And it's high time every one of us, every Biafran, whether you are from the coastal region, from the hinterland, you get yourself prepared. Asari Dokubo, I'm saying this to our people in the coastal region. Asari Dokubo is not for your own good. Asari brought in all these Fulanis kidnapping in Bayelsa. Asari Dokubo should be held responsible for that. That is what I'm saying. Mas, I thank you, and I leave it here. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. May God bless you and bless everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. The caller from WhatsApp, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm African rep. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, and the word is listening. Right on.
African rep, may the peace of Chukwu Okike, this wonderful God that owns this, may his peace dwell upon you abundantly.
You see?
And as you are fighting for the freedom of your people, you must surely see your ancestral land. There is nothing anybody can do about it. We are as whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why we are under oath, IPO. To restore the kingdom of heaven down on this earth so that Biafran race will be free. And we must be free. There is no apology to any idiot anywhere. No apology. 24 years ago, my African rep, because your topic is, are you ready for 2023? 24 years ago, here in Aba, I'm calling from Aba province, Biafra land. Oh, okay, Church Kaja than Asili. Otus Okalu was the governor of Abia State. Everybody here in Abia State knew what he did with his mother. After 8 years, T.O.G. came. 16 good years. Everybody here in Aba is in hell. Then, 8 years ago, Anyaba get in Aba. Then they gave it to my own in-law, Kiti Bazo. Making it 24 years. I'm coming from Aba province. So, Kiti Bazo, you must be hearing about me. Don't try to dare come here anymore. Let you hear yesterday night to be the last warning to you. Because any attempt to try it again, you will understand that we are not here to joke. So that is the end. My in-law, my African rep, 24 years is gone. And they still want us to go and do vote. Then you tell me that these people are not idiots. People that even ordinary headache, they will travel to India. No hospital in their life. Are they not idiots? No company, no factory, no industry. Our women are suffering here. Our old fathers are suffering. Even you. That's why we are here. We must be free. And we must save Okedi Bazo. Because he's destined to be saved. But if you don't want to save, today is 4 days. It's not threatening. That's Jonathan. We are not threatening anybody. Fulani will bring our leader out. Fulani Anna told you. Guys, Fulani about try to let us see scratch on his body. I say we are threatening who? People that are determined to kill us. Are we going to protect? United Nations gave them 6 months. We are dead is under law. Netanyahu is telling us that the changing date. Are we painting truth? Fulani, Fulani want to this world to end. Let's see a scratch on the body of our leader. Shekena. Netanyahu, it's so Jana to send their terrorists, let them come here. Dara. Side I don't get to. Because you are eating 3 square meal. There are people here that cannot even feed 1 square meal. And this project belongs to Chukwu Kikabiam. This is our leader, Nnamdi Kanu people. I say, they think it's our leader. I try to put
when they see that we are getting by and hitting the message strongly, what they do is to see how they can attack our system. What they do is to see how they can attack our system. Okay, we are back. We are back on the platforms. And I think we are also back on radio. We are getting back on radio. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name, where you come from? Yes, you have 3 minutes.
Hello, Professor. Okay. Professor Chari Nemi. My name is Ebochukwu Emeka from Enugu Province. I'm calling from South Africa. My brother, I thank you, and I thank every one of you. The thing that I just want to reiterate our people. I think Ike Peters, we are saying it yesterday when he was broadcasting. He said that UN said that they gave the zoo 6 months to release our leader. Is not what they said actually. They said they wrote they must that the zoo government must release our leader immediately. Release. They said immediately, not 6 months. Immediately to release our leader immediately, but to report how they renditioned him and those people that are involved to them in 6 months. And that's what they wrote. It's not releasing him in 6 months. No, they said they must release him immediately. That's what they said. And another thing I want to say is people that are saying that Peter Obituary is a good man. Obituary is not a good man. You know, this notion that Obituary is a good man. No, he's not a good man. Somebody whom his enemy that hate him perpetually, hate him and everything about him, every fabric about his generation. And the person is, those ones are using him to destroy his generation and his race forever. In perpetual destruction forever, and he's a willing tool to them. You can't call him a good man. He's not a good man. He's not a good man in any way. He's a snake. He's a green snake in a green grass to his people. He's a demon. He's a Lucifer. He's a Luciferian. Obituary is not a good person. So this notion that he's a good man is no, he's not a good man. He can never be a good man. He's working to destroy my children, to butcher them, my generations to come, to put my when enemy will tie my hand on one of my children's hand at back, and they use a knife to cut their neck like a goat or cow or chicken on the street. He's putting me into that the evil person, and we must treat him and call him what he is, what he is. We shouldn't be calling him a good person. So another thing is that Biafra is here. I trust our people, even though our people destructive to them. We lack information and we are stubborn. That's our problem. So, but I know that there is no way Fulani will defeat us. They will never defeat us. We will defeat them. And Biafra is here. I love you guys. Thank you, Metko Kabiama. Bless all of you guys all. Thank you, my brother. Shalom to you.
Ise, thank you very much. God bless you. Hello? Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. I guess you were the one that was online when we were interrupted. Were you?
Yeah. This is Mazi Gochuku. Are you getting me now?
Yes, right on.
Okay, good morning to you and good morning to our leader. Good morning to all the members of DOS. And good morning to all the Biafrans all over the world. My name is Mazi Ugochukwu Obala from Liberia. Thank you for the program this morning. You know, the question that you asked this morning, are we ready for 2023? And that is the question that all the Biafrans, all the youth, all the elders in Biafra land, all the governors are going to answer us. Are we ready? You know, these killings of innocent people in Biafra lands have shown us, even in Abuja, the killings, you know, the terrorists taking over Abuja have shown us that Nigeria will never work again. Nigeria will never work again. And that's the question, are we ready to go to our Biafra land? Are we ready to restore this Biafra that God has ordained us to restore? This is the time the governors in Biafra need to support us, because the war that we are fighting today is not a physical war. We are fighting spiritual war, both inside and outside. The UN don't want to support us. Some European Union don't want to support us. But we are going to restore the Biafra. We are going to restore it. And that's the question you asked this morning. Are we ready? For those that are going for PVC, are you ready to go for Biafra? Because PVC will never save you. Time you are waiting to go for PVC, that is the time you need to support the restoration of Biafra. Because it comes 2023, we are not going to vote. And that is the one thing I'm ensuring our youth. Comes 2023 in Biafra land, we are not going to vote. This is not the time that we are going to be waiting. Remember in the time of Goodluck Jonathan, we say yes, let's vote for Jonathan. But today, we are not going to vote for anybody. Peter Obi he's not going to win Biafra, in that country called Nigeria. So our people in Biafra land, let us support this agitation. Let us support this restoration of Biafra. This restoration of Biafra have entered inside, we have entered new level, and we are seeing it. The world are beginning to talk about Biafra. The whole world are beginning to talk about Biafra. But BBC, this is the time for you to support, talk about Biafra. This is the BBC recommended document of Nigeria terrorists, and the Nigeria terrorists, they are talking against BBC because they talk about them. This is something that is happening in that country called Nigeria. So we need to separate. We need to go. We need Biafra now, not tomorrow. We need Biafra now. So it comes 2023. Biafra must be restored, whether you like it or not. We are not going to vote. We are going to vote for referendum. Referendum is what we are calling for 2023. After the election, when we don't vote, then let us know what next. Whether in war or anything, we are not going to vote in 2023. So let us be ready. I'm encouraging our youth. Let us support ESM. I'm encouraging all the Biafrans all over the world. Let us support ESN. These guys are doing extremely well for us in the bush. They are protecting our land. Any army men or policemen that label himself to go on the bush, then we can tell the person as a terrorist, because I don't see why a army man will be protecting cow instead of protecting people. But we don't want them in Biafra land. Let them be protecting cow, because they are, our leader is not a country, it's a zoo. So let them be protecting cow. Let them forget about protecting our. Let ESM be protecting our land, protecting our people in that country called Nigeria. So restoration of Biafra is one thing that is going to come, and we are praying for it. Next year, we should restore the Biafra, and our leader must be released unconditionally. Our leader must be released. Thank you, and God bless you, Mazi. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yes, we are live. Hello. Are you there? Don't know whether I've picked this call. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello?
Can you hear
Hello,
me?
my African brother. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Your name, where you calling from? You
Yeah,
have 3
good morning,
minutes.
sir. My name is Miss Grant Olubuchi. I'm from
Okay.
Omabala. I'm from Aguleri, Omabala. I'm living here in Gambia. Mas, thank you for the good work you're doing for Biafra. Thank you. May true God bless you. Bless our leader, Mazi Namanekano. Mazi, what I want to say this morning, all this election, our leader election since 2012, 2013 until date, our people have already forget all the election. Our leader elections. Now everybody now is jumping up for the election. Who are they voting for? Is it P2B who kill our people? Put them in Yesu River. Our people is voting for. They are jumping up like internet now. After getting P2B, our Tinubu or Atiku. As our people, I don't know when our people is going to have mentality of this thing. Our politicians, let them think we have our own nation. Okay, Nigeria government, they said that actually be a terrorist organization. Okay, now since then, P2B are jumping up. P2B do not say nothing. If it's not Mazin Namudikan, by now, where P2B will be, Namudikan save him to create his Eastern Security Network to save our people. Everybody look at what this man is doing in Benue State today now. Autumn, let us stand for the people, let the heart of the people. Let our people that go and kill our people, go and buy terrorists to kill our people in our own land. Our people dropping up for 2020 election. And then going to, man, somebody, if you be alive before you vote, are you going to be in grave to vote? You'll be alive before you can vote for the election.
Of course.
You'll be alive. You're supposed to be alive first before you can vote for the election. Somebody who is alive, you go and vote. You cannot be inside grave, you say that you are going to vote for 2023 election. Mazi, our destination is a Biafran. We don't have anything to do with a Nigerian. Let them go with the Nigerian. Let them give us a referendum. It's only what I want to say this morning. Thank you so much for receiving my call. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Hello. Good morning. I don't know whether this network, this person's call seems to be hanging somehow. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name?
Hello, my Africa.
Yes, my brother.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good morning from here.
Africa, you are doing great. Any day that you brought us a program, you are always the best.
Thank you, Mazi. We must continue.
Your program is the best. Africa, thank you very much. God bless you.
You see?
You see, you just said, you see, our people are ready by the grace of God. Our leaders have opened the eyes of everybody. Our leaders have opened the eyes of the blind man can talk, the lame man can walk, the person that lost people can see. It's just like what you said. We tell our leader, who is that in Nigeria? We don't say they will tell you, say they have police, they have this, they have that. Is our leader gave those people a mind to speak. Even if you say all these criminal people be the killer, the murderer, like the people be, we have to come out say we want to protest for presidency. You see, I even thank Autumn. Autumn have shamed these useless Igbo governors. Igbo governor is the worst slave I ever seen in my life. Igbo governor is the worst shameless people that I ever seen in my life. Look at what Autumn is doing. Without our leader, because when I remember like 20 or 30 years ago, when I was in Lagos, when Fulani are killing people in Abatu, EJD people, and many times, last time, one of my friends had a hotel in Yerifaj at that time. So most of his brother was killed that time. So now what I'm trying to say now is that without our leader coming out an IPOB, it's also not, it's not, I think it's working with Nigeria government that time. Even since we came to power, what made him to speak is because of
IPOB and our leader.
Of course. Yes.
May God continue to support our leader.
You see?
Who is that person? You see, this our people. What I'm saying that I'm calling to say this. I don't know why betrayal is so much in Anambra State. I'm sorry, not all of them, but betrayal is in this struggle is always coming from Anambra State. I think you can remember Azikiwe is not from Anambra, not Azikiwe.
It is.
Then Uche Mwefo is not from Anambra. Soludo is not from Anambra. Peter Obi is not from Anambra.
Mazi,
many more like that are they not from Anambra?
Mazi, betrayals are in everywhere in Biafra land. Everywhere.
My brother, their own is too much. The one that goes to Anambra is their own is too much. They don't be ashamed. They don't even, so most of them, they don't be ashamed. They don't get conscience at all. I think you remember what one guy come from Finland, that Anna Ochiku. He called me yesterday, I think yesterday or day yesterday from Alege's program. He said that betrayal, he said it's Indigo that is betraying our leader. And most of those betrayals are from Anambra. Is it not the same, this Ifa Yoba that he say, are you hearing from him again? Is it not the same man that said that the flag they used to rendition our leader is his friend jet, a flight plane. He says he's wearing plane. Are you hearing from him again? But one thing is very clear. That thing that I expected to happen, when it happened, that is capital oil in Lagos in Apapa will be burned down. That is capital oil in Apapa will be burned down. So let you not think that we don't know what will happen. All those betrayers thought that nothing will happen to them. When that is said, most of them will be running scatter. There will be no place for them to hide. Africa never beg. Yesterday, I think he didn't come on air. Please, try to be coming on air. I love your program. Any day I just look at program, it always gave me joy because he always brought a program that will give us more strength and more confidence on this struggle. Thank you very much, and may God Almighty continue to strengthen you.
Thank you, Mazi.
And have a beautiful day.
And you too. We must continue. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Please, your name, where you're calling from, and you have 2 minutes for your contribution because our time is fast spent. Please try and be brief. Very brief.
Good morning, African Rep.
Good morning, my brother.
My name is Enambra, calling from Igbota.
Right on.
Hello?
Right on, the word is listening. Hello, are you there? Hello?
Good morning, African Rep.
Yes, good morning. Right on. You have 2 minutes.
My name is Wankwo. I'm calling from Iguacha. I want to thank you. I'm one of those people that receive your broadcast through WhatsApp. So I want to thank you for that. Please, I want to advise my fellow Biafrans in Biafra land, most especially in Biafra land. They should forget about Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not the issue. Peter Obi cannot save Nigeria. Nigeria is gone already. Nobody can save Nigeria anymore. What we need is Biafra. We don't need election in our land. We have given them time for that, and they have done with their time. So what we need now is Biafra. Anybody campaigning or going around writing on Facebook telling us we should go and vote for Peter Obi. Peter Obi is the best. Peter Obi will do that. Peter Obi will not save Nigeria. What we need is Biafra, and that is what we need. And freedom for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother. And this brings us to the close of today's program. Our time is fast spent. We cannot take more than what we have already taken. Thank you very much for listening. This is Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast, and I am your host. My name is Kumawe Tarinemi. We must continue. God bless you.